So they killed the Russian dude. Now they headed to Joe's house. Joe's over there dealing with his own problems.
Mm-hmm. That's the scene we were talking about where he's dealing with his daughter, going back and forth with her on the situation of why he had to do what he had to do. Just like, okay, your boyfriend tried to kill me. It's like, she's acting like she's known this guy for several years. Like he wouldn't do something like that. He's the love of my life.
But I would say that's realistic because when girls fall in love, they fall in love. Because he just tried to tell her he didn't love you. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. You don't know that. Like I know that. You can tell he was hot, but it was like in that moment, there's nothing you could do about it. In that moment, you can't convince her of nothing.
Man, I have to shut my kids down. Like I don't go through the whole like you can't talk with me. You know what I mean? Like with the girl, like you in my house. As soon as like when I'm talking and you try to talk over me or tell me something, I'm dropping shut up. I don't want to hear nothing else. Like this is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's when the aggression comes out. I don't appreciate it. Let me finish my sentence before you jump in.
Exactly. I don't care what you thought. I'm letting you know he didn't love you. Why I gotta lie? I'm your father. You know what I mean? I'd have got offended.
Yeah, but it's in hindsight. Yeah, it's girls fall in love like that. In that moment, though, like if I'm trying to tell you something, don't cut me off and tell me anything. Do not cut me off when I'm saying anything.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Or it's an issue. It's an issue right there in that moment.
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Disclaimer. No matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. All right. Hello, y'all. We back. We got another series. Hopefully, y'all tuning in and watching it with us.
It is The Average Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Starring Deon Cole.
Starring good old Deon Cole. I've always liked Deon Cole as a comedian. I liked him more so when he started off when he didn't give a care. But yeah. I like the transition he's doing into serious roles.
Yeah, man. His grind is crazy because like Deon Cole goes. I feel like these comedians go back so far, and it seems like they just start to get like a global break. Where everybody knows them. You know what I mean? That's like 20 plus years of just grinding tours.
Right. Going hard.
Yeah. And then you finally get something of your own,
Right. So in this series, it's called Average Joe. He is Joe. He basically he's working a regular life. It's hard for me to I pay attention to so much detail. It's hard for me to suspend belief when I look at the huge houses they be living in. That be bothering me. It's been bothering me since I was little. Like, don't say you struggling to survive, but your house is huge.
I think because we're from California.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, because growing up, I've had relatives that lived in Ohio and Detroit, and it's like everybody always had like a nice size house, and it's just because it's a different way of living out there. You know what I mean? Not saying that they're not rich. It's just cheaper to get a house.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That makes so maybe that's what it is. Maybe let me adjust my mind in. Yeah. But anyways, he's struggling. The show starts off. He you don't know where he's at, but you see him creeping in. He gets knocked out. Mm-hmm. Then they start the show. He starts off at his dad's funeral.
Right. Starts off at his dad's funeral, and you can tell I don't even know if he feels sad about it or not.
Right. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's just like he's looking at pictures, and you know what I mean. You're not 100% sure if he's sad or if he's just like in shock. What?
Mm-hmm.
But he gives a speech. I feel like you find out who everybody is pretty quickly. You know what I mean? The cop comes in. He's like one of his friends, white cop. And then his boy, this guy's kind of funny too. Reminds me of Dave Chappelle, but his best friend, I think his real name
James.
His name is James, but what's his real name?
I don't know, but I've always seen him in movies, but it don't be big roles. Like I always see him there.
His name is Leon.
That's his real name?
Leon in the show. That's what his name is.
Oh, Leon. Who was James then? Why did I say James?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I was looking for J-Lo like James. His real name is Malcolm Beret.
Okay, but I've always seen him.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in The Peoples.
Mm-hmm.
He was old boy's friend. He just reminded me of Dave Chappelle, but like, I don't know whether I don't know. I just feel like he's a little too much like that. Like you look like Dave Chappelle and you kind of act like him, but but you still are like good though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to say he acts like Dave Chappelle. I get why you say Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle it seems like he grew up around a lot of white people, but he still got that black essence to him.
Yeah,
so with him it's kind of the same thing. Like he's still like it would sound weird for him to say the N-word, but you'll be like, well, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
his reactions to things make me feel like a Dave, because you know how Dave Chappelle, like if he got hit in the head, he'd be like, "Ow!"
But he'd be like, "Ow, oh Lord, ow!" Yeah, like it would be more over the top.
Yeah. So I feel like he's close, but he still stands on his own. I feel like he's funny to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not like I'm like, oh, he's a copy, you know. But yeah, he just reminds me of him.
Mm-hmm. It's that essence is there. Yeah. So the funeral is happening, whatever. You find out his dad is kind of shysty because the cop's name. I just watched episode 3. The cop's name is
talking about his friend cop.
Yeah, the friend cop. What's his name?
It's not Mitch. I'm looking at his Danny.
No,
is it Danny? No, Church.
No, it's not Church either. Touch.
Yeah,
his friend Touch come in like, yeah, man, he just sold me a battery. He's like, the dude's like, oh, he sold you a stolen battery. He's like, I ain't stolen, it was new. But just them having that conversation, you could tell his dad was like maybe like a shysty dude,
right?
And then it's funny because they at the funeral, and above all things, they arguing about some tickets, some tickets to the Steelers game. I know that made you happy. Somebody arguing over a terrible team like that, but they arguing over it. They arguing over it.
Why you hate, brother? You know, why you hating Pittsburgh all day?
Here at Black on Black Prime, as you can see by our color coordinations, we are Raiders fans.
No, Raiders fans are black and gray.
Black, gray, and white.
Ain't no white.
It is.
In that case, everybody got white. We got white in ours too for our games.
But the combination of it, though.
Hey man, I wish you could see my pants right now. It's black and yellow.
No, that's pause. But this, I didn't
say nothing. I said my pants. I didn't say my crotch. My groin. I said my pants, and you went there.
Man, hey man, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. But they at the funeral arguing about the tickets on the sideline. So it's just funny that during this serious moment, that's what their focus is. Right. You find out Leon. So it's like they showed the character development without saying nothing. You find out Leon is with a wife who's like really controlling, that nobody really likes. Because she like, yeah, it's time to go. And he like, yeah, we gotta. What do you say? Gotta go home for? He like, we gotta go watch. She want to go watch her murder mysteries.
Yeah. I like her.
I do too. She's from Real Husbands of Hollywood.
I was just like, man, anytime I see a chick that's just like, I don't know, it just seems like she's definitely very pushy, but it just seems like I don't want to go to the other scene, but man, like the things that she was doing and saying in these other scenes, I was like, I like her.
I think every man likes that when a woman is aggressive at the right time.
Yeah,
be aggressive, women. We don't always want to get the spark lit. You do something.
Yeah, throw it out there, please.
Yeah. Throw that. Yeah.
Save a life.
You got me talking like Charleston White. Yeah. Throw it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
she's like controlling or whatever. The
you cop, she don't like his wife, Deon Cole's wife. You could tell that they don't.
It's like they don't like each other.
Yeah.
They don't like each other. And I was a little lost on that because I thought they were like related. Did you get a sense they were related in that first scene?
Yeah, like that could have been her sister.
Mm-hmm. Because it was like that was the vibe I got from that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're just friends by association, pretty much from the other guys.
Mm-hmm, because you his wife and I'm his wife, so we gotta kind of know each other.
Yeah.
Then we see the daughter. The daughter's leaving with this. I thought dude was Puerto Rican. When he Deon Cole standing there drunk and he's meeting him, he's like trying to play the tough dad, but dude kind of looking like, man, cut it out.
He tried to squeeze his hand. He was like, "What you doing? You all right?"
He tried to be the tough dad, didn't really work. But so that's the daughter. The daughter, they don't really say her age, but you get a sense that
16,
she's
17. Well, probably like 16.
Nah.
How old do you think she is?
I think she's grown.
Word?
Yeah, by the fact that it's late at night and she's leaving with dude.
I mean, yeah, I guess she just stupid though. To be
she's all the way dumb.
To be an adult and talking like that, and to be an adult talking like that, and she stay in like a little girl's room, low key. If you look at her room, she looks like she's like 16. She might be 17.
No, I want to say she's probably college.
Oh well, in that case, man, she need a rude awakening.
A very rude awakening. But it's the only reason I'm saying she got to be older because the funeral's over, so this means it's later at night.
Mm-hmm.
And she like, yeah, I'm gonna head out with him. Like I'm leaving.
Right. Maybe it's like senior year. You know what I mean? Because I can see that. Like I've been had to go on dates or not pick somebody up because I had no car. But like you go out with somebody late. You know what I mean?
You're a guy though.
That's true too. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You know what I mean? If she got to go to school at one point.
Yeah, because they didn't even say that. We're doing this off 3 episodes that we watched, and they haven't yet said anything about school. It was even a point where the mom was like, "Come with me to work because I want you to be around me today." So it's like school is not even a factor right now.
Not yet, yeah. So we'll see.
All right, so the next day, pretty much, Joe goes to his dad's shop. His dad is a plumber.
Yeah.
So he goes to the shop. He looks in. He sees the doors open, so he creeps in. This is where we got the beginning scene when he gets knocked out. He wakes up. He's tied up. This Russian dude. This Russian dude don't even speak English, but he's asking him questions. He like, I don't know the answer.
Right.
I didn't think they was gonna show it. When they show him break his fingers, I was like, ah.
They're showing a lot in this. This is like, to be a BET special. It's just like, but yeah, they showing blood and everything.
Yeah, so Russian dude breaks his fingers. Then he stopped. And who walks in? The Puerto Rican Russian boyfriend, his daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Terrible accent. He walks in and he's like, "Hey, Joe." I don't know what accent he was shooting for, but he's like, "Hey, Joe." "Hey, Joe." And then he gives him the whole story because he like, "What are you doing here?" He like, your daddy was basically a mule for us.
Mm-hmm.
He stole 10 million and a Lamborghini.
Right.
And they're there to collect the money that his daddy stole. So I guess there's been a plan this whole time to figure out where the money is. So okay, so did they ever say how long the daughter was talking to him?
They did not, because we like in the beginning when you first meet Demetri, it's just like he never met him before. That was the first time him meeting him, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember the mom saying something like, "You've only known this guy for so and so days," and because she was like, "I love
weeks."
Him. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, she was like, "I love him. He's the love of my life," and all of that. So I only think they've been together like for no time at all.
Right, and it's funny, and this is why I think she had to be grown too, because when Puerto Rican Russian dude was talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, and the way I was doing your daughter," and he starts imitating. He was like, "I had her like this, sometimes all night, sometimes it's the morning."
Deon Cole was losing it at that point. He was just like, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Yes, I mean, it's hard to say our age because I ain't gonna even go there. But yeah,
she got to be. She's an adult. She has to be because dude is an adult clearly. But so Leon shows up at the shop while all this is going down, while Deon's being tortured, and they see the safe. They see the safe, and they're like, maybe the $10 million is in that safe. I don't know how much. I don't know what $10 million looks like, but they look in the smallest places for this $10 million.
It's not gonna fit in that little safe. That like before, what's his name even got in there? They were trying to get the code to the safe. Dimitri and old boy, he wouldn't give it to him, and I felt like he wouldn't. I felt like he was curious himself.
Yeah, he was. That's why he was holding out. He was like, I'm not telling you.
He was like, I'll get my fingers, tore up to see. Like, I don't know if y'all gonna kill me yet, but we're gonna find out.
Question: if you in that situation, you giving up the safe code, or you like, nah, I'm gonna ride this thing out?
I'm giving up. Ain't nobody gonna just breaking my fingers, bro. Like once I get my first finger broke, like, and this is movie, like the movie Magic when somebody like gets out of the trap or whatever that he was able to rip himself out of the trap with like a piece of glass that happened to be right next to him. Like that don't happen in real life. So I felt like if I'm tied up and you about to break my finger up $1 million, like if anything, I would always say like, yo, look, I can't give you this password till I know I can get out of here. You know what I mean?
Okay, because that was gonna be my next question. That was gonna be my next question.
Password, you kill me. That's crazy.
Right. Right.
I'll die without giving the code first.
But even in that situation, how could you guarantee that?
I couldn't, but I know them. I know that if I give you the code, I could die instantly. Versus if we can, talk about it like, look, I'll give you the code. You can do all of this other stuff, but you're not gonna just get the code and kill me. Like it's not gonna be that easy for you. I make it a little hard for the person because there's a possibility that I die anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying you push it to that limit. Like it's like do you play the I don't know the code role to see how far it gets you?
Yeah, like I wouldn't say I didn't know it. I was just like, yo, let's set something up to where you can go get it, but you're not about to just get it from me right away.
Let me tell you, if you do that, they'll be like, oh, so you ain't gonna give it to us. Now that we know you know it, guess what? Your daughter that I was talking about earlier, now we got her too. Since you want to play that game. Give up the code, or I'm killing all of y'all.
All you gotta do is let me go.
But nah, you ain't in a position to make no threats.
You want this money, don't you? Because right now, at this point, I think my family's in danger. Period.
But they ain't. If you get this code, they get the safe open. It ends right here.
And then you can still kill my daughter and my wife because it's like you can just do it because like he really dated dude's daughter just because like say if he would have got the code, he wouldn't even know where that because it was nothing in that safe was nothing but like $100,000 and a key. So he would have got that.
Yeah. So I get what you say. You're speaking in hindsight, but you don't know. So it's like you don't know what's in that safe.
Yeah, I know $10 million ain't in there. So like, I guess you never know. Like being in that situation, it's like I'd be thinking, I'd be trying to think rational, I guess, but at the same time, it's like I'd be probably so scared, like damn, I'm about to die right now. That's about to be a wrap.
But anyway, so he rides it out. He like I ain't giving him nothing. They break pretty much all his fingers on his hand.
Yeah.
And then Puerto Rican Russian dudes start beating him up. And then this is when Leon sneaks in, right?
Nah, what's his name? Like the dudes was dead before Leon got in.
Wait. Oh, you're right. What did they look out the window for?
They looked out the window because Leon was outside, but he hadn't got in yet. Yeah. So they were looking outside or whatever while Deon Cole's character was getting out. He's able to grab a gun and shoot old boy in the head, and then that's when him and Dimitri start, getting it in. Not getting it in. Pause. Fighting, and then he snaps old boy's neck, but what's his name heard the gunshot, so he's trying to get in, but he can't get in the door, but he ends up snapping his neck. So when Leon walks in the door, they're already dead.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So now they're dead. he like Leon like, man, what did they want? They wanted the password to the save. He like, you don't know it, do you? And Deon kind of looked like
say all that.
I didn't say I didn't know.
He a good friend though, because he could have been just like, nah, I don't know the code, and wait till he got by himself and look at it. Because you know how it is with black people. It's like a finder's fee. Like, yo, we was here together. Let me get 10%.
Hey, that's how I am. That's why I be saying, man, trusting me in the black on black prime stuff, man. I be having ideas. I ain't gonna leave you in the dust. It's not my goal. My goal is to build together.
Yeah, right, you'll be doing your own podcast in a minute.
I could have been did that. My goal is to build together.
Lamar crime.
Lamar. That's is that pause worthy? I don't know. So he gets it open. It's a shoebox, 100,000 in it, and there's a key to it. They don't know what the key's to. It's just a key.
Mm-hmm.
He tells Leon like, man, the 10 million out there somewhere. My goal is to find it. Leon like, I'll help you for 20%. He's like, all right. He give him 20,000. Yeah. He's like 20%, and then it's funny because he's like, and ticket to the football.
Al's hands was just like, he was like, all right, bro, let me get you.
His fingers is messed up.
Messed up.
He like it's just funny how much emphasis they put on this terrible team. It's like even with the money, it's still like I still need that season ticket. It's funny that because it's not that serious.
I mean, it is if you're a fan and you know your best friend got like I feel like you're more of a Lakers fan than a Raiders fan, right? So if somebody if your best friend like, yo, I got floor seats to the Lakers, like at any time we want to go, that's pretty much like being on the line at football. So you'd probably be like, oh, so what's up? What you gonna do with that extra ticket, fam?
Yeah, I can't argue that point. I literally would be like that, like, yo, what's the name said they wasn't going, they couldn't make it, right?
Yeah, so yeah. Shoot, what we doing?
I get it. It's just funny. It's just funny they made that the point of argument. So they plotting on how they're gonna get rid of these bodies. But in the process, Touch pulls up. Mm-hmm. Touch like, man, what Leon doing in there? So Touch walk in, instantly pull out the gun because he's a cop. Instantly pull out the gun. And they kind of looking like, yeah, like he like, I'm gonna call it in. They kind of look like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I was happy that he didn't. Like I was happy that he was the type of cop that was just like, well, hold on. Like he didn't come in there and panic. Yeah,
but you by the way the series is set up, you could tell he was gonna be a part of it. I'll say that. I wasn't shocked by it. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of these bodies. We're gonna find this money. He agrees to the deal, basically 20%. And then they talk about the ticket. It's back to the tickets again. How did he end up getting the tickets?
He got the tickets for I think it's because he was like he gonna be doing more work, like being the cop or something like that.
Oh yeah, because he was like, who gonna take the fall? Who gonna cover up this, cover up that?
Yeah.
And then Leon like, man, well, you got it. He like, yes,
you're right.
It's funny they doing all this argument, but they about to go get millions of dollars and they could just buy.
You could buy a stake in the team, possibly. You know what I mean? They're like, man, you can have a whole box, but they want that 50-yard ticket. Yeah,
they want that 50-yard one though. But so they dispersed from that. They agreed. Joe gonna put the bodies in this van and take the van home, and then Touch supposed to come at night and get rid of the bodies.
Yeah.
But we find out Touch is like we find this out at the funeral. Touch steals some oxy out the cabinet.
Yeah.
He just gets high, so that kind of sets the tone for like what type of dude he is. But he goes, you see him put stuff the 20,000 in the envelope, and I was like, not the whole 20. This is what I'm thinking. But he drops it off. You don't know who he's dropping it off to, but he drops it off with a card. Mm-hmm. And then he gets he gets back in his car, and then he goes to get heroin. I was like, my God, like he
on that Rachel.
He goes, yeah. He gets high off the heroin.
Yeah.
Do they show right there in that scene why he's doing that? Was it right there?
I think it was the next episode where they showed the big, like, kind of his life,
okay,
or the ending of that episode. But they definitely do show why. I mean, we could talk about it. Like his daughter. I think his daughter killed his wife on accident because his gun was, him being a cop, his gun was, just sitting out. And his daughter comes in there. She's probably like 2 years old, 3 years old. Like, Daddy, stick him up. And before he's able to grab the gun, the gun goes off.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I think
she's like, hands up, I'm gonna shoot.
They haven't said his wife is dead.
I don't. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think the wife is dead, but the wife was pregnant. And she was pointing the gun at her back. So it's possible that she shot through his wife's stomach. But the whole time she like, stick him up or I'm going to shoot. But he's so out of it because he half asleep. He like, all right, my hands is up.
Yeah.
And she like, stick him up, mommy. She like, mommy, stick him up or I'm going to shoot. And then he turned around last second. Don't shoot. It's too late. Pull the trigger. So you understand why he's going through what he's going through.
Right. Why he's a heroin and a pill addict.
Yeah, it's the escapage. But anyways, he falls asleep. This is when we find out how annoying Joe's daughter is, because the whole time she's blowing up Puerto Rican dude, he ain't answering. But she's leaving. Once again, she's leaving on a late night. She's leaving, calls his phone again. Then she hears the phone ring. The van is there. She like is ringing in the van. Instead of going inside and being like, I need to go in the van and look for something, she sneaks the keys.
Yeah.
Then she climbs in the van. Then she finds the body. Loud screaming. They come running outside. What's going on? Oh my God, what happened? Oh my God, he's dead. My reaction would have been Joe's reaction. Because he was hot. He was like, what the hell is she doing in the van? What is she doing in the van?
Yeah, man.
So Joe's losing it.
The daughter's character, man, like just her throughout the series so far. Well, in this particular scene, she's just going off on her dad. I mean, her dad's trying to explain the issue, like what actually happened. Because at this point, like everybody's coming over now. Now Leon and his wife came over. You know what I mean? They're trying to like, because they had actually just ran into.
No.
Did that happen yet?
Yeah, it was they was happening at the same time. So Leon's wife is in there watching murder mysteries.
Right.
Leon is trying to figure out where the key goes to.
Exactly. He's looking for it. And then I guess
we didn't talk about that.
What?
When Leon got in there with the dead bodies and he kept looking through stuff, he was like, this is for trying to kill my friend, and he kept stealing.
He grabbed his watch. Then he grabbed dude and was just like, yeah, he's trying to kill my friend.
He said, Apple Watch. This was trying to kill my friend. I was like, you don't stop trying to justify it. He was like, well, look at this phone. This is an interesting phone. You want this? He's like, no. This is trying to kill my friend.
I had to kind of get used to the fact that this is a comedy / drama in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a series, but then it like some scenes feel like sitcom-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like it though. I like it
too. Man, I was laughing like Leon is still. He kept saying that like, this is trying to kill my friend. He's stealing everything out the body. But he in the bathroom looking at the guy who was beating up, who broke Deon's fingers, broke Joe's fingers.
Right.
Looking at his phone starts to ring, and the Russian, because the Russian mob boss, the Puerto Rican Russian dude's daddy, sent his goons to go find his son because his son ain't answering.
Yeah.
So they split up. One goes to Joe's house, one's at Leon's house. So he breaks in, and he got Leon on the toilet, and he's about to shoot him because he like, where is he at? Leon don't even lie. He just like, he dead.
He was just.
I was like, well, why is he telling the truth?
Like he didn't have
why
to.
Is he true? Yeah. So while he's about to kill him, his wife rushes in the bathroom and pops in the back of his head. Then she kind of saves Leon. This is where I like her kicks in, because she's just like,
yeah, she posed in the mirror after she shot old boy. She was like, she's waiting for this. You can tell she's been waiting for this moment her whole life.
Right. But she got her husband's back. You kind of think she hates her husband by the way she talks down. She's like even swiping on Tinder, but it's more so she hates her life than hates her husband. She's just like, she's looking for some excitement.
Exactly. I forgot about that part, that she was swiping on Tinder.
She's in the little shop, the shop that Leon owned. Leon's mad because Lowe's and Home Depot is beating him. But when you see his shop, because Joe's wife goes to a shop, the shop is terrible. The shop is horrible.
Yeah, like a bodega for hardware.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
she in there kicking it. She lightweight steals money from Joe's wife because Joe pays her the price for everything she bought was like what $37.
Didn't give her
she gives her 40. She just looked at her and smiled, kind of like, "All right, have a good day."
Yeah, and then put the cash in her bra. Like she didn't put it in the cash register. So
yeah. But that's the point. You see, they don't like each other because they both dropped the B word right when they out of each other's presence. Like they don't like each other. But anyway, so they kill the Russian dude. Now they headed to Joe's house. Joe's over there dealing with his own problems.
That's the scene we were talking about where he's dealing with his daughter, going back and forth with her on the situation of why he had to do what he had to do. Just like, okay, your boyfriend tried to kill me. It's like, she's acting like she's known this guy for several years. Like he wouldn't do something like that. He's the love of my life.
I would say that's realistic because when girls fall in love, they fall in love. Because he's just trying to tell he didn't love you. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. You don't know that. Like I know that. You can tell he was hot, but it was like in that moment, there's nothing you could do about it. In that moment, you can't convince her of nothing.
Man, I have to shut my kids down. Like I don't go through the whole like you can't talk with me. You know what I mean? Like with the girl, like you're in my house. As soon as like when I'm talking and you try to talk over me or tell me something, I'm dropping the shut up. I don't want to hear nothing else. Like this is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's when the aggression comes out. I don't appreciate it. Let me finish my sentence before you jump in.
Exactly. I don't care what you thought. I'm letting you know he didn't love you. Why I gotta lie? I'm your father. You know what I mean? I'd have got offended.
Yeah, but it's in hindsight. Yeah, it's girls fall in love like that. In that moment, though, like if I'm trying to tell you something, don't cut me off and tell me anything. Do not cut me off when I'm saying anything.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Or it's an issue. It's an issue right there in that moment.
Absolutely.
So Deon takes the van in the garage. He takes the bodies out. He doing all this with one hand. That's what we're making it funny. He takes the bodies out of the van. The other Russian dude that's not dead, he's creeping in there because they had the phone tracker, so he knows the phone is in there. So he's here. So he creeps in the garage. He looks in the van. The bodies ain't there. We find out the bodies is under the van.
Yeah.
So they're in the house talking. Joe and his family. Then what's her name? Leon and his wife show up, and she's already with it. Like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take care of this. We're gonna handle this, handle that. Is that what that's not what she dropped the peanut butter thing, is it?
I don't know if she dropped the peanut butter thing right there yet, because I know they're pretty much trying to get the wife, Deon Cole's wife, to understand like what they have to do at this point. You know what I mean? Because she's about to call the cops. She's like, "Oh, I need to call the FBI," and he was just like, "Okay, call the FBI. There's all these black people in here. We just killed a white man or some white people or whatever." So they're going back and forth on just the whole situation, period, of what to do. You know what I mean? Like, should we get this money and do this? This is when, what's her name? Leon's wife, she's saying, "I hate my life." You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you want us to not take this money. She was like, "But I need to get away from all of this. Like, I hate where I'm at right now." So she wants this million so bad. Like, when she said that right there, I was like, "Oh, wow." I'm thinking that the relationship might be over at that point in time.
Right.
Because she was like, "I hate my life." I thought she was about to break up with him or something. Like, yo, I can't be with you.
I thought it all played into each other because it was with the Tinder. It's like she just hated her life. So I'm thinking too, like, oh, she about to, like, after I help you get through this, we're done. This is where I'm thinking her angle is.
Right, because Leon wasn't with it after a while. Like, after he's seen everything that was happening, he was just like, "Yeah, maybe we should just, not do this." You know what I mean? And she was just like, "Look, I hate my life." I was like, "Oh, wow, I don't know if I can be with you no more."
But I like how Leon switched it. Like, he loved her so much, like, we got to do it now if this is what's gonna make you happy. It's strenuous for sure, but
I don't know if I could take those words at that one time. You know what I mean? Like, it's already stuff is going on. It's already it's a crazy moment at this point. And you gonna say something like that in front of our friends?
Okay, setting is everything. You could have said this at the house before we came over here. I get what you're saying.
Could have told me a long time ago.
But for the fact that she actually said it, I would say that's a plus because he has a chance of fixing it.
Yeah, man. I guess I look at things totally different because I was like, at that point, I was like, these are my friends. You ain't got to get none of this money. How about that?
But she clearly is the brains. She already saved his life.
She's the boss more than anything. Yeah. She just with it. You know what I mean? She act like she ain't even killed nobody in that whole scene.
Yeah, she was still clear-minded. Like you said, she been waiting for this her whole life. So this is when the Russian dude creeps in.
Mm-hmm.
He holding him at gunpoint, like, where is he? Where is this? Where is this? And then Leon said it again, right? Like, yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, he jumped in front of him because he was like, who killed, my brother? The brother that just got killed at Leon's house. He's asking who killed him. And, he jumps in front of his wife saying he did it. And then he puts the gun to his head. Then that's when Touch comes in and saves the day. Like right at the...
Yeah, because it's funny. If saying that, they show up. Leon and his wife show up with the body in the trunk. So everybody brought the bodies to Joe's house.
Hella crazy, yeah. So after Touch's crack binge, he woke up. He woke up. He hit himself in the head, and I don't know why he like doused himself with liquor. What was that about?
It was interesting. He'd rather think his friends think he was an alcoholic than a drug addict.
Okay, yeah. So like he bumped his head, and it's like they called him out. They was just like, "Yo, this didn't happen. Like you didn't," because he said something else first, and it was just like, "You didn't do that."
Oh no, he was great at it.
You got drunk and hit your head. You smell like blah blah blah. You smell like liquor.
He let them draw their own conclusion, which is smart for if you wanted to think you're an alcoholic instead of a crack heroin addict. Because he's like, he was like, yeah, I fell at a bar, right? He was like, no, he said, he said he got into it at a bar, or he got into it with somebody.
Like he bumped his head or something. He said something that didn't have nothing to do with liquor.
Oh no, he said he got in a fight. It was like somewhere he went, he got in a fight, and that's what happened with his head. So he's making up a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie.
Right.
And then he's like, yeah, so I got in this fight. And then she's like, nah, you lying. You smell like straight liquor. So they kind of reprimand him for smelling like alcohol and being drunk instead of being like, what was you really at?
Right. How did the episode close, that first episode? Because I know it's like it's ending right now, but I remember something happened at the end before the credits rolled. Because like that Touch scene, was that it? After Touch hit Boy in the head and it was a wrap?
I think so. I think he knocked him out, and then the next episode is when they're discussing what they're gonna do next.
Right. Because this episode is funny because I like the some TV shows do this where every title card is like it's the same thing as Average Joe, but it's different. It looks different. Like this one, I think the first one had blood spill in the O. The next one had peanut butter as the O, and then the next one had coffee as the O. I kind of like that.
And then they'll get into it during the episode. Yeah. So it's kind of like setting the tone.
You know what it's like? Ozark.
Snowfall.
Ozark.
No, I was gonna say Snowfall.
Yeah, Ozark did that. Snowfall did that too, because they always had like little crack flight floating away. But Ozark always had like a hint to what the episode was going to be about every episode, like in the title card.
I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
So there's something you said about what was we watching? There was something we watched where they said in the beginning, like the suicide thing. And that kind of let me know what was going to happen in the next episode.
The suicide thing. I said
something. Remember, you were like, they'll give you a warning in the beginning. It was like this, and suicide. Like before an episode, they'll be like warning.
Like the number, right? They'll give you the number, and it's like
no. It's like, how they say TVMA, and they'll give the reasons.
Yeah. I got you. Like I got you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So when the second episode came on and it said suicide, I was like, so somebody's gonna kill this though. So it's like now I'm already. I hate that you did that because now I pay attention to that. That's the first thing I said when I saw it. I was like, oh, somebody about to kill themselves. Yeah. So they go in, they're talking to the Russian dude that they caught, the one that's broke in, and they're like, he don't believe that the kid is dead. And they're like, you gonna chop up the body. They're like, chop up. He like, I ain't chopping up no bodies. But then they show him the kid's dead, and he just like, oh, like now I gotta kill myself.
Yeah, he's hot. You know what I mean? Because I guess whatever, like they're Italian, so whatever gang or mob that they're from.
They were Italians?
Are they Italian? I think they was Italian. What else were they?
I thought they were Russians.
Oh, Russians. I'm sorry. I said Italians. Russians.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so they're part of a Russian mob or a mafia or something like that. And I guess the code is, you know, if you're watching the boss's child, like that's your job. So if the boss dies, you have to kill yourself in public. Yeah, or
it's
your family
it's an oath to have.
Yeah, or your family it gets killed. So it's like either you kill yourself in public or we kill you and your family.
And it's funny because Touch knew what it was. Every time he said whatever the word was, Touch was like, "Oh man, like he got to do it. Like he has to do this." Yeah. I like the detail in them letting him call his family and then them just reacting to everything he's doing because he like talking to the wife and he like, you know, this is what I have to do. And she's just like, come on.
Like,
and then,
like,
then
we
he
can
talk to his daughter.
Like nah, we can't. Yeah,
he talks to the daughter and it's like breaking everybody's heart in there. So they like, he got to do it.
They felt for him, well, you could tell, especially when Deon Cole took that ride with him. Like he didn't have to handcuff him or nothing. You know, what I mean, he can't do this.
He actually gave him the gun.
Yeah, he gave the gun back and let him handle his business. I was like, man, like what if he just killed Deon Cole first?
But it's like it's funny because the scene was so sentimental. Like it was like the being the father. They all understood. Yeah. So it was kind of like you take the chance now. Like I don't feel like you're gonna do it, but if you kill me, you kill me because we get it.
Yeah.
But back at the house, Leon's wife. What is her name? You know her name?
Yeah. Let's see. It's not because Tammy Townsend is what's his name? Her name is Kathy in the movie. Her real name is Cynthia McWilliams.
Okay, her name is Kathy though.
Kathy.
So Kathy comes up with the plan of chop because they're trying to get rid of the bodies. So she like, let's chop the bodies up, spread peanut butter on them so the wild animals can eat them.
Right.
And when she said it, I was like, that is the deepest, most demented thing I've ever heard.
I'm thinking like, man, the easiest thing to me would be like, okay, like how about you burn the body versus cutting it up? Like that's a lot.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I can't cut.
But burning the bodies is more attention, I guess.
Yeah, but
where are you gonna burn them at unless you know somebody with a creamery?
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, okay, the cop, I'm sure he got all type of connections. I was like, you ain't got no connections to get us, you know, to get these bodies cremated, but I guess not. I mean, that would be a lot for a cop.
20%. You want me to burn these bodies, huh? 20%.
Exactly. Like how much? I guess I'm thinking of that's how they handled it in Ozark.
Yeah, burn the bodies. Yeah. This when the freak comes out. So they down there with the dead bodies, talking about it, Leon and Kathy. Then Kathy like, I want it right now.
Love it. I love it. Like this is turning her on, like the whole murder, and you know, I mean, she needed every couple of minutes.
She wanted it. Yeah. She wanted it, and Leon like, right now, like, in the basement, in Deon's basement with the bodies, it's on right now. Yeah. Then Deon walked down there. I can't quote him because we ain't cut.
That part had me rolling. Though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I was just rolling.
Was y'all about to?
Because he was just nonchalant with it, like
I was rolling. That was funny.
That was hilarious. So they send Leon out for the penny. Leon was mess. I realized Leon is like the Cole of this whole situation because he just be messing up everything.
He do.
So they send him for the peanut butter. They like, don't go nowhere with no cameras, which is kind of it's kind of hard to tell somebody don't go nowhere with no cameras. But I could see how it's gonna play out at the end, which sucks. So he look around. He finally find this place that specializes in peanut butter. he look around, ain't no cameras that he can see. So he walk up to the door. Dude, it's a young dude about to close. And he like, hey man, y'all sell peanut butter? Dude like
what?
The sign.
Like, we closed, fam.
But so he like he pays him whatever. He gets all the jars of peanuts, but then they show you that there's a camera hidden.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. Once they showed the camera and then the special peanut butter, I'm like, I know where this is going.
You know exactly where it's going.
Like, no,
but anyway, so they
regular peanut butter, you can get no Jif the next day.
But it was the whole thing is he couldn't do that because of the don't get caught on camera.
Like, y'all ain't got no 7-Elevens in Pittsburgh.
It's the cameras at 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's an impossible mission. It's really an impossible mission because everybody got cameras. So he showed up with all this special peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
They're him and Touch us.
How you pour peanut butter out?
It's special. It's creamy. It's creamy.
He just dumped it in there. I was like, what peanut butter come out like that?
It's creamy. It's special peanut butter. It ain't been on the shelf for 2 years.
Yeah.
So they're about to cut the bodies. He's looking at Touch. You know, certain shows they don't show it. They'll show you like we're gonna get close to it, but we'll cut it off. He goes straight to the knee.
Yeah, cut right through it.
Right to the knee. Leon passed out.
He said. Oh
man. So that's when we cut to the Russian dude, right? He's telling he gets out of the, he first Joe asked about his dad. He like, your dad was a good dude. Like regardless of whatever you think, he was a good dude. So he get out, he walk in public. I don't know how I would have handled that situation. Cause it's like a fair almost of like all the families and everybody's out there. And he yell his name and he like, I'm part of this.
I'd have been
and I'm the father of a lot of people was like, yo.
Like, well, suicide bomber. I'd have been dipped. Like, what'd he say?
Why don't you draw attention to that? I'm listening to 3 words like, hey, we gotta go. We gotta go.
He said something in Russian. I was like, so that's it.
Yeah. Like, what'd he say? He said something about a bomb. Let's go. We gotta go.
For real.
So he killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Deon come back to the house. They down there. So now Leon gone. Kathy and Touch is down there. They doing the job. They down there partying, slapping music, cutting up these bodies and spreading the peanut butter. Yeah. Deon walk in, he stopped the music. They kind of turn around, like, look like, what are you doing?
Like, bro,
it's like, you want to do it?
Do you want to get down? They had him the knife. He was like, I don't know how he was cutting the body up with that little small knife he had. That knife looked hella dull.
I don't know. I couldn't do it either way. So he turned the music back on. They go back to partying. So now it's time to spread the body. Everybody's doing a good job. You know the one person that messed up?
Cole Brown. Oh man, this fool was talking about he thought he heard a bear. How you hear a bear on a golf course? I don't know where they was at, but where they found it, I'm like, how did that? Why is this over? Why y'all doing something about body? I was like, why couldn't y'all go to a real like forest area, or something like, you know what I mean? Something deserted, anything. They're gonna go
but it looked
to a
like
golf course.
It looked like where Touch went, it was a forest order because he threw it and then he saw the wolf come out.
Yeah, it might have been dragged by an animal.
It could have been,
but whatever it was close to it. It was too close.
It was too close. It was right there.
He fell. He just chucked it.
So we is that how this episode ends? This episode ends on a cliffhanger.
Pretty much. You see the. I think that's when you see the camera when he gets the peanut butter, and the episode ends when he hands him the knife and Deon's close off cutting the body up.
No, the episode ends with the golfers on the golf course.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. If the dude's golfing, I thought that's how it started. The next episode started. So yeah, finds the two guys find the head, and yeah. Well, they didn't. I don't even know if they found the head versus it was just there, right?
They hit the ball. He like, oh man, you landed in the ditch with me. So he go up to the ditch, and then you see the what the, and then they show the head. That's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
The next episode, now it's a big deal. Everybody's like, this head was found.
I already knew it was gonna happen. As soon as Leon had the head, I'm just like, dude,
it's him. He is the problem, man. So the next episode starts. The wife is at work, right?
Oh yeah, she's at the diner, and then she's serving 2 friends that were at the funeral.
Hey, so I was gonna back that up. Those 2 friends, clearly, Joe's boss, they're at the funeral. Like, take as much time as you need. So we'll see you at work tomorrow, right? I was just like,
that's how it be though.
That's exactly how it be.
Like, you gonna be all right? You coming in, yeah.
Right? So they show up again. We find out they're like flat out racist, pretty much.
Yeah,
because the wife of the dude that was the boss. First they like, oh, we hired him. We could have hired anybody, so you should be proud of that. And she just like, oh, okay, whatever. But then they ended off with, I left my purse at you guys' house during the funeral. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you saw it. And she like, no, I didn't see no purse. She's like, oh, well, maybe one of your friends took it.
Yeah.
She's like, one of my friends, like one of my friends wouldn't do nothing like that. Oh, well, then it's there, so I should be able to come get it, right? It's like the under highlighted tones of racism was just flowing.
Yeah, I was
through
happy
everything they were saying.
So going into something else is the wife is sick, but they don't
say what it is.
They're calling it something it starts with a P. Paleo or polio, something she has something. You know what I mean? So she's having an episode at work. I don't know whether it's because she's thinking about everything that happened, but after the whole situation with her and her the white couple, like she kind of like breaks down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like she shatters the coffee glass and whatnot. So her daughter is there, and her daughter runs up to her like she thinks she's having an episode from the disease.
Mm-hmm. And because Joe said it earlier, so in that first episode, she like, I'm working at the diner, and he like, if you have an episode, if it gets bad, you quit. So they don't ever say what she has, but there's an issue there. And then they also bring it up again in the middle of the second episode where they're talking about finding the money, right? And they agree not to look for it. He's telling her like, if we find this money, we could find the doctors to actually cure you.
Right.
But they still don't say what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a cancer or anything like that. Yeah, so whatever she has needs a special doctor. So that's one of the reasons why they're doing this, but they still haven't really touched on her character yet, which I'm sure they will at some point during the season.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
so in that diner scene, like you said, the daughter runs up to her where it's like, again, I can't stand this girl. She like, I'm gonna go bring the car around. I'm like, help your mama to the car, first of all. Second of all, when she goes back to her phone, she's getting somebody sending her a video finding dude's head.
Yeah.
She goes in the restaurant behind the counter, change the channel to the news, turn it up loud. They're watching the news. She just flips out. Mama, oh my God, they found him.
Tell you, man. Me and my daughter will have issues, bro. I'll be like, look, I raised you.
But it's like, not even that. You understand what we're going through right now. You understand everything that can happen if they find out we're a part of this, but you're in the restaurant losing it.
That's why I think she like 16, bro. And she's not smart.
She's not 16 though. She got to be a grown woman.
She's 15-year-old minded, bro. Like she's just she's like in puppy love. That's not grown up love. She's just like, I loved him. Like, you don't know this.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, like once that scene happens, and not the scene, because the scene is over when they say something and she's like, shut the F up to the white couple before she leaves.
First the daughter leaves the mom. First she's concerned about her health, but she just leaves her.
Yeah, she had to get the whip or whatever. And then something happens to where they like, I don't know, they ask her a question. Did they ask her about the food or something like that?
It was like the coffee. First of all, they order was terrible. They want everything, remake this, we want this fresh, we want this, but they're bugging her about it. And then so
you want your eggs on a plate. I was like, yo, I don't like this guy. I was just like, yeah, all right.
So she reached her breaking point. That's when she like, cause he like, you just seen her have this meltdown and everything. She like, I mean, he like, where's the coffee? That's when she was like, shut the hell. Like she just loses it. I'm like, good.
Where was the manager?
Sick of him.
Who was the person that was running that build? Because like they're not only turning on TVs and running all throughout the restaurant. She then broke the coffee pot and cursed out the couple, and nobody said, "Hey, you're fired." Nothing. It was like, was she there by herself? It's just her and the cooks. Nobody said nothing.
Oh, so rewind back to the beginning of the third episode. We see Joe as a kid. His dad takes him camping, and then he just leaves him.
He took him camping?
You don't remember that? This episode started, he wakes up in a tent.
Okay.
As a little boy.
I think that was the beginning. What was the part where, because I remember him being, I guess he was outside of the house and his mom and dad were having like an argument. Then that's when he went to a police impound.
He hitchhiked home.
Okay. So his dad left him in the tent. He came home.
His dad left him in a tent. His dad left him in a tent with a compass. He wakes up, he's screaming for his dad. Nobody's there. So we just assume that he found some strangers just to take him home. So he gets dropped off because he's like, thank you. Then he's walking to the house. And then you hear the dad.
He was in the backyard or something. So he was somewhere.
Oh, no.
Distant.
He took him camping and left him because the mom is like, why would you leave him out there? He got to be a man. He got to figure out how to get home on his own. And then he turned, like, he's so mad at that. He turns around and runs off. But then as he leaves, you hear the mom start like coughing, I guess. And then the dad's like, somebody help us or something like that. And then that's when he goes to a police impound.
Right. And that's where he's that's a safe space pretty much. And the cop that was there, pretty much let, I guess the audience know that this is like he's been there multiple times. Like, he's like, oh, you can't come here no more. You making my dog soft. You know what I mean?
He knows that he knows the Doberman pinchers. Like the dogs love him. The lady loves him. Everybody loves him over there. So in here, after the breakdown, what's his name? Touch gets a call. He wakes up, another heroin binge. He wakes up, what's going on? We found a head. Oh my God. He knows it's Leon off top. He gets to the scene. Of course, they call outside cops. This main black lady, you could tell she's going to be a big deal. She shows up. She shuts the whole scene down. She tells Touch like, I'll work with you, whatever, but this is my case. She goes to her mom, tells her, I guess her mom is in jail and knows the Italian people. So she's like, yeah, we found so-and-so dead. So all this is going to play into being a bigger deal than what it is. Right. The daughter shows up at the police station. I want to punch her in the face. She shows him in the police station.
I didn't want to say it, but
dude, I want to punch her in the face so bad.
I concur.
But so she shows up at the police station, runs into Touch as she's on her way to the detectives. I don't know what she's there for, but so she sees Touch, but then over Touch's shoulder, she sees the dudes that recorded the video. Yeah. So she runs, snaps on them. Now the whole police station is looking at her snap on these two dudes that made the video.
Making hella obvious.
You're now a suspect.
Right.
You're not a suspect. So that angle is going to play again later. The peanut butter and the camera is going to play again later. Yeah. So they got that. So the wife figures out this is a safe deposit box key because I used to work at that bank. Joe convinces his wife. He like, I want to do this. I need to do this, but I can't do this without you. She finally agrees to it. Let's just do it. Figure out what it is. They go to the safe deposit box, pull it out. It's the Lamborghini key. Oh, snap. He really did have a Lamborghini.
With the compass.
Where's the Lamborghini parked? Huh?
With the compass on it.
With the compass. Yeah. Where's the Lamborghini parked? You guessed it. At that same junkyard, at the same police junkyard that they were talking about in the beginning with Joe. Yeah. They show up, Joe and the cop. You can tell this town is small because everybody knows everybody. So they show up with a bottle of whiskey, kicking and talking. Whiskey and donuts, weird combination. Kicking and talking while Leon and his wife are sneaking into the Lamborghini and looking through everything. They can't find anything, but they're searching everything for this $10 million. Right. Like this $10 million is gonna fit in this Lamborghini anyway. Exactly. But they can't find it.
It ain't nowhere.
Yeah. So they drink all of the whiskey. So Touch is like, man, we gotta go. Like we've been here long enough. So they like, what we gonna do? Touch like, we gonna take the Lamborghini. So they sneaked the Lamborghini out. I like how they did sneak it out, hiding behind the truck and all of that. And the fact that Joe got to drive it because he smashed up out of there.
Yeah.
They search the Lamborghini again, still don't find nothing. Joe finally realizes, oh, my dad was a jerk. He didn't even let me say goodbye to my mom. He's the reason I didn't get to see her before she died. I didn't even know she was sick.
So that compass, the compass made him feel like his dad just screwed him again, pretty much, because the same thing.
Again.
Yeah, he left him with a compass in the tent, and he left him with a compass before he died, thinking that it was $1 million attached to it.
Mm-hmm. Which I think that's going to play into it, because that compass, I feel like my prediction for the next episode, that money is buried with his mama. I don't know why, but for the fact that he had the compass, that's what he needed to get home. He didn't get to say goodbye to his mama. The compass is a reminder that you wasn't there to say goodbye to your mama. Blam,
Right.
blam, blam. Money's in the grave with your mama.
Right. That money is still coming, I feel.
Oh, the money's there. The money is there.
Yeah.
But also the Russian dude, his wife, and it's funny, I knew he was going to do it. His wife is going off on him like, you should have been dead. Your son, he got your eyes, but he's better than you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's finna kill her because she's just talking to him too reckless. So he chokes her out in the bed, letting you know that he's way more ruthless than you even thought he was.
Right. Killed his wife off.
Killed his wife off. That's how the episode ended.
Yeah. All in all, I think the show is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely I enjoyed the first episode. I was like, oh yeah, I'm in. I'm with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's very reminiscent of Ozark. Very, very, very much. I like that we get to see black people play in this type of environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no real only black people get it jokes in here. It's more so regular twisted life, like Ozark.
Yeah. I'm happy for Deon Cole, man. I actually enjoy I enjoy every character in here but the daughter so far.
So on purpose.
Yeah, I like the Touch character. I like Leon. I like Leon. I like their wife. I mean, not their wife. I like his wife. And
yeah. It's literally that's the setup. Ozark, Snowfall, everybody. You always got to have one person you hate in there, and right now it's the daughter. She's the most annoying.
What's her name? Jennifer Washington in the movie thing, but her real name is Ashley Fisher. Yeah, I don't like you so far, so you're doing a good job.
You're doing a great job because I can't stand you.
If you see this, you're doing a great job. I hate you.
I want to touch the sleep you when you ran up on them dudes. I wanted him to accidentally sleep you and be like, yeah, she was losing it. She's delusional. I wanted him to drop you.
Yeah, you need a whoop.
I wanted that. I wanted him to get that fade.
For real. Like right now at this point, like you're a good character. Like I'm glad you got the work, but I don't like you. But you're doing a good job.
You're doing your job because we can't stand you right now. Yeah. You're doing your job. I cannot stand you. Anyways, it's on BET Plus. We're gonna review this weekly. We'll have the next episode by next week. Like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back wherever. If you there, drop your comments. We will read them before each episode.
Okay. Be out.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.